everybody, it's Sam at Mixed Up Craft. Thank you for watching my tutorial today. Here is another creative Christmas card for my series this week, and this is a slide and pop card, or there's pull and slide, there's pop and slide. There's quite a lot of names for this one. Basically that's what it does. And then your Santa, in my case, becomes stood up, like he's running or walking, jogging. He's that lovely little Santa. I just think he's got such a great face. So we've got "Don't get your tinsel in a tangle," and then just a Merry Christmas there. And then it just slides back down, and then it just opens up as a normal card, and I've got this little Santa poking out from the side there as well. So I think this is super cute, and it's relatively straightforward. A couple of score lines and some cutting, and yeah, it's a lot easier than you think. So let's crack on and make this fun card. Okay, so you're going to need, I've already done a lot of bits. Again, I'm just here really just to show you the mechanism, and you can obviously, you know, decorate and do everything else you want, because you may not be doing a Christmas card. So the card base that I'm using today is a 7x5 card. So this is cut from a 10x7 piece of cardstock. All right, so you've got your 10x7, and then along the 10-inch side you want to score at 5 inches, and then fold your green card in half and you'll get this. Okay, these white pieces on top here that I've already stuck down, these measure 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Okay, and I've already stuck them down, and inside you probably already saw there my little Santa peeking out there, and I'm probably going to stamp a little ho 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 or something there as well. Ignore this bit of stamping and this pencil marking. I'll explain all that to you in a minute. Then for your actual main piece, this piece here is going to sit over the top. So this is the actual piece that will slide up. This piece here measures 6.5 by 4.5. And then the piece that's going to go inside and come out the top, this piece measures at 5 3/4 by 3.5. Okay, then I've fussy cut a little Santa Claus off of a sheet of 12x12 paper, which is from the same papers I've been using all week, and that's this one here. So it's this paper here with this Santa on, which I used in my wiper card. He's the same Santa again. I really like him. He's so sweet. So I've just fussy cut him, and I've put a little embellishment on his for the bell there, and then I've also cut that out. But I'm going to probably cut a few other bits as well. I'm still kind of playing around with the final design. Okay, so what you want to do first is this bit here. So get rid of my scoreboard for the minute. You will need it, but I'm going to grab, you need the trimmer. Okay, so I've got my trimmer here, so I'm just going to do some cutting. So first of all, what you're doing, if you haven't got a trimmer, don't worry, I'm going to talk you through how to do this with your ruler as well. But basically you want to come in at 3/4 of an inch. So what I've done is, obviously on this side here, you've got another print, which is beautiful as well, and I'm using that on another project. But basically, so on the reverse side, flip it over, and just with a pencil, just mark at 3/4 of an inch coming in from one of these long sides like so, and then with the ruler just join it up and draw a pencil all the way down. Okay, then along this edge here, come in again at 3/4 of an inch, draw a pencil mark, and again line up and draw that one, and then again 3/4 of an inch, pencil mark, and 3/4. Okay, now you don't want to obviously cut right up to the top there, so you also want to come down 3/4 of the way on that top one there as well and draw a pencil. Okay, so I have this square, which you probably can't see, but it was there, which has now been cut. Okay, but you want to have the 3/4 of an inch rectangle, sorry, that you've drawn in that section there. Okay, then take this and pop it in your trimmer. If not, hold your ruler up and you can cut with your cutting knife. But basically what we're going to do is pop this in and line up that pencil mark, that 3/4 of an inch pencil mark, all right, with your cutting line here on your trimmer. Drop your panel down there, and basically you're going to start cutting. You're not going to cut right from the top because we need it to stay attached. So you're going to start cutting at 3/4 of an inch down. So on the side here of this trimmer, on this plastic piece here, I've got all my measurements coming all the way down. And all I need to do is the arch of this little handle here is your guide. So I just need to line it up with 3/4 of an inch here, and then drop my plate down at 3/4 of an inch. Then cut all the way down until you get to, what did I say it was? 5 3/4. So all the way down to 5 3/4 of an inch. Okay, like so. Then lift it up, rotate it, pop it back in again, and line it up with that other 3/4 of an inch pencil line that you had. Drop it in, and again you're going to start cutting at 3/4 of an inch in. You're not cutting right from the edge because you don't want to cut it out. And this time you're cutting down to, what my measurement was, 3 3/4. Okay. Yep, 3 3/4. So you're just cutting that piece there. Then lift it up, rotate again, popping it in, again lining it up with that pencil mark, that 3/4 of an inch pencil mark. And this final cut here, you're going to start again at 3/4 of an inch. So you'll be meeting the corner, and then you're going to bring it all the way back up to, let me just score down here, to 5 3/4 again. Okay. Once you've done those 3 cuts, you will have this piece here, and a little, it's like a guitar string. So that's what you will have. Okay. So now you can get rid of your trimmer, grab your scoreboard, and we need to do a little bit of scoring. So scoring along the 6.5 inch side, you're not going to be making any score lines on this outside frame here. All the scoring is on this piece here. So lie it in, lie it all down flat. Obviously yours will be because you haven't scored yours yet or burnished it like I've done mine. And the first score line you want to do is at 1 1/4. So go to 1 1/4, hover your stylus over that frame here until you get to this inside piece, and then score. Okay. Then the next score line you're going to do, let me just make sure. Next one you're going to then do is at 3 1/2. So again, hover your stylus over that first bit, and then at 3 1/2, you just want to score. Okay. And then the last one is going to be joining up the 2 end parts of that of the cut lines that you've made, and that is at 5 3/4. So again, just hover your stylus over until you get to the corner, and then join those up. Okay. So it's hard to see that because I know it's a pattern, but you will have the score lines there. And then what you want to do is with the very bottom score line, you're going to fold that up. Okay. The middle score line you're going to fold down, and then this last one you want to fold up, like so. So now you can see you're creating that piece. Okay. Now if you've got a circle punch, you can punch a circle out the top here. I don't. I've got a square one, so I've just punched a square out. Doesn't matter what shape it is, it's just so that you have something to be able to sit this piece in, and I've got my ribbon there so it all sits nice when it's down. Okay. So now what you want to do is grab this piece here, and this is your 5 3/4 by 3 1/2, and you basically want to mark a pencil mark at 3 1/2 inches here, and then another one on that side, 3 1/2 inches, and basically that area then above is where you can stamp. So you can go ahead now and stamp anything you want, just make sure it doesn't go below those pencil marks because that's not going to be seen. Okay. Right, that's all of that piece done. add a little hole punch like I have, and a little bit of ribbon there just to help obviously pull that in and out. But that's that piece done, and I've round corner punched the sides there as well. But if you've got anything more decorative, obviously go for it. Then with this piece here, what you want to do is grab this piece that you've already done, and it will nicely sit within that white piece with a nice frame around it. And then all I've done is just kind of pushed it up to where I would be happy for it to kind of sit. Okay, so when I've done that, I then had this square, and all I'd done was grab my pencil and just very roughly just put a little pencil mark cornering that square. Again, it was just so I know that that's the area that I can then do my stamp. Okay, so you can see there, that's all it's telling me, that pencil mark. So now when I'm going to rub those pencil marks out, but once that's all stuck in and that slides up, it will slide up to there, and then you get that lovely little sentiment on show. Okay, so I'm now going to rub out my pencil marks because I've obviously already done that, but I wanted to show you. I started to get really carried ahead with this one, and then I thought, oh no, I need to film it. So yeah, I've probably done maybe a bit more than I should have, but I think you'll still be able to pick it all up. So that's that all rubbed out. And get rid of this scoreboard. And let's get rid of this one as well. So, okay, so now we need to assemble it. So with this piece here, flip it over. And what I've already gone and done is I've put red tape all the way around here, all the way along the bottom, and all the way up here. Now what I did is get this piece here and sit it in the middle, okay? And you want the bottom of this to line up with that bottom line that you've cut. So this piece here, the bottom of this needs to line up with the bottom of this, okay? No further. Sit it all in place. Once you're happy that you've got it nice and central, draw a pencil mark again around that white piece. And then anywhere over to the right hand side, to the bottom, to the left hand side is where you stick your sticky tape. Okay? So it's just, the pencil marks are just guides to know where to stamp and where to put tape so that you're not going to make a mess. So if you want to do that, go ahead and get your tape all stuck down, and also stick some tape on that bottom tab here. Okay? I'm going to rub these all out. Okay, so now that that's done, I am going to grab my, I've left my poker tool somewhere else. Okay, let me just take the tape off of this bottom piece here, and then very carefully hovering this over the top. What you want to make sure is that you've got equal, so if I just hover it over this piece here, lie it on this bit, sorry. So if I bring it up a bit closer, it'll be easier to explain. There we go. You want to make sure that you've got equal overhang of the white card, overhanging this side and overhanging this side, because obviously this white card is bigger than this piece that we've cut. So just make sure when you go to stick it over this piece here that I've already taken my double-sided tape off, like I said, you've got equal amounts overhanging each side, so it's nice and centered. So I'm just going to lie that all flat and just kind of hold it up first at an angle until I'm happy, like so. Plus I've got those pencil marks anyway. That seems to be, that's it, stuck. They're going back, I've done it now. Yeah, that's fine, that sits in there nicely. And you just want to make sure it's all nicely even. Okay, so now that's all in place, I can go and take the rest of the tape off. Okay, so very carefully, holding obviously this piece up here, turn it over, and then again keeping this all nicely, make sure I'm all lined up there, I'm not going over. Okay, and then starting from the bottom, I'm just going to make sure I've got a nice equal border there. Ooh, if I come round, I can't do it that way. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now I've got that nicely lined up, and then when we go to pull this, it can obviously come up even higher, so I might even stamp a bit more there, but I kind of like it being there. And you can see there how nicely that goes up and down. Then it all goes nice and flat, and now what I can do is decorate it.
Okay, so I've just got that now. And it does come up higher if you want it to, so I'm not going to put any more on there. Maybe I'll put a few stamps if you want to go ahead. You could obviously have a really big sentiment if you want him to come all the way up to the top like so, but I like it so that it's like that. Okay, so it's entirely up to you how you want to decorate it. I've got this little sentiment here, which was a sticker which was in that pack, and I'm just going to attach that just underneath like so. So you can see there now. I think that looks really nice. And then, because I just loved using these, I'm going to pop some more. You can't put anything on here. This needs to always be completely flat. Same with that there, obviously, for it to slide in and out. But I am going to stick some more of these. I just need to apply some glue dots. If you hadn't seen the previous tutorials, these are actually for your hair. They're hair jewellery. But I can't think of anything worse than putting them in your hair. So instead I've used them for my crafting. So I'm going to pop just a few. Okay, so there now you can see all these little embellishments there. Okay, and there you have it. So it just slides up. And it's another really nice fun card. I love that. I think that's really, really cute. And that just slides back down again into its little place. So inside, I've just obviously matted it again with that same white, and this is the same Santa again inside. And if you want to make an envelope for this one, this measures, what was it, a 5 by 7. So we have here 5 by 7. So again, you need a piece of paper that's 9.5 by 9.5. And your first score line needs to be 4. Okay, so there you have it, another really nice card. So I know I did say I wasn't going to do basic open and close, but I think you'll let me off because this one has got the mechanism on the front, so that's the wow factor. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other future Christmas projects, and obviously projects in the new year, and also hit the like button if you did enjoy today's tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.